So dry bulb temperature will be vertical, and here the enthalpy line are, these line scales are drawn. So more precisely you can say that by another chart. See, this is your dry bulb temperature, vertical. This one is wet bulb temperature, and the scales are drawn on this line. On this line the wet bulb scales are drawn. This is called dew point temperature, horizontal lines. So here dew point temperature scales is drawn in this side. Okay, this is your relative humidity scale, curved line. This scale is called humidity ratio or specific humidity scale. See, here the dew point temperature scale is drawn along y-axis. Here specific humidity W scale is also drawn along y-axis, but the value of the scale, value of the readings of the scale are different. If we look at a complete trigonometry chart, in the inside portion, either in the inside portion dew point is drawn, outside portion the wet bulb specific humidity is drawn, or in the inside portion specific humidity is drawn, outside portion dew point will be drawn. Clear? Now this one denotes the enthalpy scale. This one is the enthalpy scale. So all enthalpy lines are inclined. Now if we look at these enthalpy lines, there is a similarity between this constant enthalpy line with this constant wet bulb, but the scales are different. Wet bulb scales are drawn on this 100% saturation curve, whereas enthalpy scales are drawn on an external line which is away from this 100% saturation curve, and the values of enthalpy and wet bulb are different, but the nature is same, or almost both are parallel. And the last property that is denoted, that is called specific volume line. These are also inclined, but the nature of inclination of wet bulb temperature or specific enthalpy with this specific volume are different. These curves are more steep, that is angle of inclination is more with respect to the other. So these are the, so all these lines, that is dry bulb, wet bulb, dew point, relative humidity, specific humidity, enthalpy and specific volume, all lines will be compiled in a single chart that is called psychrometry chart, which is nothing but this one. Okay. Next important parameter is, or thing is, or important topic is thermodynamic wet bulb temperature or adiabatic saturation temperature. What is thermodynamic wet bulb temperature? We have already known that wet bulb temperature is the temperature measured by the thermometer when the bulb of the thermometer is wrapped by wetted cotton wick or cotton cloth. So now what is thermodynamic wet bulb temperature? So by this diagram we can define the thermodynamic wet bulb temperature. Here what we have done, we have made an unsaturated air having condition TdB1, that is the dry bulb temperature, specific humidity, enthalpy, over this insulated chamber within which some amount of water vapor is present. So when unsaturated air flows over a long sheet of water in an insulated chamber, what will happen? Since unsaturated air contains more temperature, here the water temperature is TdB2, which is at certain degree lower with respect to this temperature of the unsaturated air. So when the unsaturated air will flow over this water bed, which is having a lower temperature, the water will try to evaporate, and the specific humidity and the amount of moisture present in the air will increase, which will increase the partial pressure of water vapor, and also the specific humidity of the air will also increase. Now as this evaporation process, continuous evaporation process takes place, both the air and the water will be cooled. There is both this unsaturated air, which is having a higher temperature earlier, by absorbing this moisture will try to cool, and this process will continue until the energy transferred from the air to the water is equal to energy required to vaporize this water vapor. That means when the air will pass over this water bed, the time this, since the air is having a higher temperature, so energy exchange will take place between this unsaturated air and water, and the time when this energy transfer from the air to the water will be equal to the energy required to vaporize the water. Then that time thermal equilibrium will be reached with respect to the water, air and water vapor, and this air will be saturated fully. So at the outlet we can get the saturated air. And this condition is denoted as, and the equilibrium condition is denoted as adiabatic saturation condition. Why adiabatic? Because the entire things is taking place within this insulated chamber. This one is insulated. And this particular temperature is known as adiabatic saturation temperature or thermodynamic wet bulb temperature. Why wet bulb? Because this one is measuring the temperature of the air as well as water vapor present in the air. Now in this setup, one extra port is there through which, if this continuous evaporation process takes place, then the amount of water will be decreased. Now to supply more and more water, this port is used, which is used for makeup water, which is the temperature TdB2. So the entire process can also be expressed or explained with the help of TS diagram. Here the point 1 denotes the condition of unsaturated air, which is a constant dipole temperature TdB1, and corresponding to this point 1, if we go for constant pressure cooling along this axis, along this line, at this point, this one denotes the dew point temperature. That means when the water vapor or the moisture present in the air will try to condense. And this 1 to 2, this one denotes the adiabatic saturation process. So 1 to this one is 1 dash. So 1 to 1 dash denotes constant pressure cooling process. 1 to 2 denotes adiabatic saturation process. So at this point 2, the temperature of the water TdB2 will be equal to wet bulb temperature of the air, unsaturated air. Now from this diagram we can find out what will be the specific humidity of the inlet air, that is W1. See, so if we consider that the entire process is a steady flow process, so by neglecting the changes in the kinetic energy and potential energy, we can write that the enthalpy of this saturated air H2S is equal to the enthalpy of inlet air, the unsaturated air, plus change in specific humidity W2S minus W1 into HF2, that is the enthalpy of water. And this one is can be found from total enthalpy definition, that is total enthalpy equal to enthalpy of dry air plus enthalpy of water vapor or the water associated with dry air. Now this value is very small. So by rearranging this we can write H1 minus W1 into HF2 equal to H2S minus W1 into W2S into HF2. Or in general we can write Hx minus this one. This one is denoted as sigma function, which is constant for a constant wet bulb temperature. Now from the definition of enthalpy of moisture, this one is written H1 equal to enthalpy of dry air at point 1, that is at this point, similarly at this point. So HA1 plus W1 into HV1, similarly HA2 plus W2S into HV2, this one is for unsaturated, this one is for saturated. And from this from equation 1, which one was equation 1? This one, H1 plus W2S minus W1 into HF2S. So H2S will be, or H1 minus H2S equal to, or H1 equal to H2S minus this one. Now this H1 can be written as this one, HA1 plus W1 into HV1, H2S, HA2 plus W2S into HV2. So replacing these two, we can write this equation. Now replacing H1 by Cp into delta T or Cp into T, HA2 by Cp into T, the final expression will be like this. Now here we have used Hg1, Hg2. This Hg1 and G2 is nothing but Hv1. This one is your Hv1, Hv2, vapor or gas. So this is the expression, final expression for W1. There is the specific humidity of the incoming air, that is unsaturated air. So adiabatic saturation temperature and wet bulb temperature are taken to be equal for all purpose, because when the adiabatic saturation condition will be reached, then that will be equal to the wet bulb temperature of the, or thermodynamic wet bulb temperature of the air, unsaturated air. Okay, so this is the preliminary part of properties of moist air regarding air conditioning. So that from the next class onwards we will start what are the different psychrometric processes on the basis of all these operating parameters or operating conditions or intensive variables, that is dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature, specific humidity, relative humidity, degree of saturation and enthalpy. Thank you.